God, and we were a new generation in the sense of where, the ladder always gets greater. And so I wasn't going to know where you try to interfere with what God used her. And we got the video of all of us. We were looking at the video recently, and little Nicole's in there, and everybody, I think Arlisa, you're in, all of are dancing and praising God, and you're in it as well. And she's there, she's dancing, praising God, and I'm like, 8 months, because that was in March, and you had them in April 18th. And just how, it's just, many of them, people say, Pastor, you need to slow down. And when I try to tell them, this is slow for us.
Right.
Everybody said this. I said, this is slow. This is like slow motion for how we used to roll in the spirit. And so, you saying I need to slow down. I'm saying, I need to pick it up. In the back of my mind, I just want to, because we're the intensity. You are preaching twice a week. That's
right.
That's nothing. We used to preach every day.
Every day.
We used to go out in the grocery store. Nothing for Tekla to go in Kroger's in the open air. And nothing for me. She'd be shopping in the middle of shopping, be like, I got to preach on that. But okay, I'm going to go shop. And she be preaching on the aisle at Kroger's in East Cobb. I'm not talking about in the black side of town. That's when we lived in East Cobb off of Johnson Ferry. Are you with me? And so, and vice versa. It was a flow that and so that intense all-night prayers. All-night prayers, and many times we wouldn't get off work till 1 o'clock. We were full-time in ministry. We didn't get off till 1 o'clock. We had to be back at the church at 5 a.m. He's the morning owl. He be waking up singing, ironing pastor's clothes. I'd be like, man, I want 30 more minutes. We had to leave the house at 4:30 to get there at 5. We lived 30 minutes away,
yep.
And you just got home at 1 o'clock. And you didn't go to sleep to 2 or 2:30. And next thing you know, it's time to get up and go pray again for the nations. Not just for our church. We're praying for the nations. Praying for the generation after us. So when he's talking about we prayed for you all, we were in our teens and in our 20s, and we were praying for the nation. We were taught this. And so, it's like, now, God, you are the people that God's raising up. Know that you are the people that God's raising up. And again, I'm fired up. Let's do it. Let's do it. Amen.
And listen, you can't be weak. Some of the things that he just mentioned about us praying all night and all of that. Listen, that's where we should be going to. On a personal basis, when was the last time you said, God, it's you and me, I'm going to spend all night with you? When was the last time you did that? Because we were called to do that all the time. And we're coming into a season.
Now, when you say that, Pastor didn't tell us to do that. We just did it.
We just did it. We just did it.
And I think sometimes when I tell people that I stay up all night and pray, y'all may think I'm playing. No, I'm stay up. She'll tell me she's going to be. I will lock in the den and say, okay, I'm going to stay here till God gives me an answer. Because I don't know how to handle the situation. It's not something. That means I got to work the next day. I don't sleep in the next day. I got to keep on going. Are you with me? So when he's talking about that desperation because sometimes I feel like I'm in a place like these people think I may be making this stuff. No, you got to seek God until he breaks you through. Till he breaks you through. Your marriage, you seek God. Pastor, I prayed an hour. No, seek God until he rains righteousness upon you. And stay in that place until the breakthrough comes.
Yes, Lord, yes.
So
no, I mean that's the lifestyle that we live. It's all I know. I don't know anything else. I don't know how to pray a cutesy for an hour. I don't know what that looks like. Because I'm in need. I need an answer. And here's the thing. If you don't get it now, then when are you going to get it? Because we're coming into a season now in this nation where people they're not trusting God. They're turning their backs on God.
Come on.
And so are you going to be the same? Are you going to be just like the world and do the same thing and turn your back on God? Or are you going to increase in your devotion and in your sacrifice to God until he rains down righteousness? Until And that's where we lived. We lived until. Everything that we did in ministry, we did it until he answered, until he came through, until he broke through.
Push.
Push. Pray until something happens. We don't live in that generation now.
We bringing it back.
Say again?
We bringing it back.
Yes, sir.
If they can bring sexy back, we can bring push back.
That's exactly right.
Amen.
And you should want that. You should want that. You should be hungry for that. Why? Because look at your own families. Look at your family structure right now. Are there people in your family that need God?
Come on.
Are there? Do you need God? So what are you going to do? You're going to wait around till somebody speaks it into you? Or you're going to go after it for yourselves? Because that's where we came from. We weren't taught to wait around for God to come. We went after him. We chased after God. Why? Because we wanted to. We desired that. We didn't want Bishop to have it all. We wanted it too. That's what we walked. That's how we walked. And that's how we want you to walk. That's why we were praying for the generation. We were praying for you, praying for children, praying for these men of God. They were seeds, women of God. They were seeds right here. Right here. You are the product of prayers that have been prayed all night. You are the product of that. So now God's calling you now to take it to the next level. Because trust me when I tell you, this world is done. It's over down here. As I stated earlier, if you're waiting for the economy to come back and things to get better, that's not going to happen. This is the new normal. And we need to change the directive, change people's focus to the skies, to God. It's the only way that's going to happen. You know what? It's going to happen whether you do it or not. Because there's already a remnant praying for you, praying for this nation. There is a remnant of people right now that are praying right now, that are doing what God's called them to do. There's a remnant, a small amount of people that are already doing that. I want to be a part of the remnant. I don't want to be outside of the circle.
Amen. Hallelujah.
So,
you set
you
up.
told me.
So what
told
we're
me.
going to do now is this. It's about time.
First of all, did you all get anything out of that? Because I don't want to just be spouting off a couple of things. I want you to get that. I don't want it just to be just kind of, oh, that's nice. You know, that was you back in those days. That was you. No, you need that now. Go ahead, sir.
Amen. Did you get something? Amen. We're full, man.
You want me to sing a song?
You want? Yeah,
It's up to you.
do it with your time. But if you want to sing one more time,
Yeah, I'll do it.
which one you have set up?
Who? Tell them to pay track 2.
Amen. Y'all want to hear another song? Yeah. Amen. Definitely.
Now, what you're receiving now, you know, the length of the service and the impromptus and all of that, y'all getting it soft. Because we will be in service all day. Will we not, baby? And hungry, too. Children hungry. I mean, we were going for it because we desired God more than anything. More than anything. And so we didn't care about what went on or what was supposed to go on. We didn't care about plans or anything like that. Listen, if God is here, I want to be where God is. And if he's not, let's go home. And so if you're not engaged, then yes, you will get tired. yes, you will feel like, oh my God, is he going to talk again? You will feel like that. So you got to find God where you are. Are we just about ready? We're going to play track 2. He said, you ready for me? Y'all want to stand up? Give me a little volume. You thought I was worth saving, so you came and changed my life. You thought I was worth keeping, so you cleaned me up inside. You thought I was to die for, so you sacrificed your life so I can be free, so I can be whole, so I can tell everyone I know.
You thought I was worth saving.
Is that you? So you came.
Came and changed my life.
You thought I was worth keeping.